Capricorn, there is a reason your arrival felt heavier than a celebration. Some births bring joy. Yours brought movement, shifts, rearrangements, and sudden silence, as if the world paused to make room for you. From the very first second, life treated you differently. People expected maturity before childhood was finished. Responsibilities found you before you ever went searching for them. Even love approached you with caution, almost as if it already knew your heart carried a destiny too valuable to mishandle. That isn't coincidence. That is intention. Your existence was not placed on earth like a random seed in the wind. You were positioned, carefully, deliberately, with purpose. Your soul was sent here with an assignment long before anyone decided to raise you. And deep inside, you've always sensed it. That quiet knowing in your chest, that mysterious pressure on your shoulders, that feeling that you were born to hold more than others. That was the first clue. So before we continue, I want you to anchor yourself in truth. Not as a request, but as an act of spiritual recognition. Go to the comments and write, "I was born on purpose," not because it sounds good, but because your spirit already knows it's true. Tonight, we are not discussing personality, traits, or labels. We are going beneath all of that, into the blueprint, into the timing, into the cosmic decision that placed you here in this exact life, this exact body, this exact era. By the end of this message, the weight you've carried, the loneliness you've survived, the expectations placed upon you will finally make sense. So stay with me, Capricorn. The secret behind your birth has waited long enough to be understood. When you entered this world, Capricorn, the earth didn't gain another newborn. It gained a structure, a steady presence, a life built to hold more than itself. Your birth carried an invisible seriousness, a quiet strength, a sense of purpose no one had to explain to you. It lived in your eyes, even before you understood what responsibility meant. Long before anyone placed expectations on you, your spirit already felt responsible. Responsible for peace, for stability, for direction. It wasn't taught to you. It was born with you. You didn't arrive to wander or wait for life to decide. You came to shape, organize, and build, to turn dreams into something real, to take scattered pieces and give them order. This is the first secret behind your birth. Your soul was chosen to be a foundation, a place where others could rest, heal, rebuild, and find clarity. Some people are born to be carried, but you were born to carry, not as a burden, but as a gift, a spiritual contribution to the world. You are not here to avoid challenges. You are here to rise above them, to turn pressure into progress, to transform difficulty into wisdom. And without even trying, your presence gives structure. Your voice calms chaos. Your actions inspire movement. Your consistency becomes guidance for others. Every Capricorn birth signals the arrival of a stabilizer, someone who doesn't run when life gets heavy, someone who stays grounded when everything shakes, someone who rebuilds what others gave up on. That is not luck. That is not personality. That is design, spiritual, intentional, unmistakable. Your life began with a blueprint, and slowly, piece by piece, you have been constructing the world you were meant to influence. And deep down, you've always known you were born to build something that lasts. Look back at your childhood, Capricorn. Not the photos, not the stories others tell, but the moments you tucked away inside your spirit. The confusion, the silence, the pressure, the feeling that life expected something from you before you even understood what life was. Why did everything feel heavier so early? Because your soul didn't come here to be sheltered. It came here to be shaped. You weren't thrown into adversity by mistake. You were guided into the exact environment that would activate your potential. Your surroundings, your family patterns, the responsibilities placed on your small shoulders, the emotional storms you had to navigate, they were not punishments. They were preparation. While others were taught to wait for rescue, you were taught how to stand. While others learned convenience, you learned endurance. While others received answers, you learned how to seek solutions. You grew up understanding things most adults still struggle to grasp: self-discipline, emotional awareness, independence, restraint. Not because someone trained you, but because life whispered that you would need them. Capricorn, your childhood was a classroom long before you ever sat behind a school desk. Every challenge was a lesson in resilience, strategy, and responsibility. Others were born into comfort. You were born into awakening. And although it may have felt unfair, your spirit understood the assignment. Your soul requested real development, not softness, not shortcuts. You didn't just survive those early years. You were molded by them, shaped into someone who could lead, guide, build, and remain steady when others collapse under uncertainty. And even if you didn't see it then, every circumstance was positioning you, slowly, intentionally, quietly, for the life your destiny requires. You were not born into the wrong storm. You were born into the one that would unlock your purpose. Capricorn, there is a reason your life has always felt purposeful, even during seasons when nothing made sense. Your soul did not enter this world casually. It arrived with a silent agreement already in place. Capricorn souls carry a unique signature. Before birth, they choose to return stronger, wiser, more grounded than they were before. Your spirit didn't request comfort, ease, or shortcuts. It requested depth, direction, and growth. Some souls ask for a peaceful journey. Yours asked for a meaningful one. Before you arrived, your spirit whispered a quiet vow: "Give me a mission that matters." And because of that vow, you were born with endurance already stitched into your being. You were born with resilience in your bones and a sense of responsibility that didn't need to be taught. It unfolded naturally. Like breathing, there has always been an invisible compass inside you, pulling you toward what is right, what is necessary, what leads to evolution rather than stagnation. This is why settling never feels comfortable for you. This is why mediocrity feels like suffocation. This is why you outgrow people, places, and versions of yourself faster than you expect. You are not meant to stay where growth is denied. You are designed to move, rise, and expand. Your soul signed a spiritual contract long before your first breath. A contract to keep climbing, to keep becoming, to keep choosing purpose over convenience. A contract to rise, no matter how long the journey takes. To build, no matter how many times life collapses around you. To lead, whether you feel prepared or terrified. That agreement did not expire with childhood. It did not weaken with heartbreak, failure, or disappointment. It is still alive, still guiding, still shaping you, even when you cannot see it. So when life pushes you, challenges you, stretches you, it is not punishment. It is the promise you made being honored. Capricorn, you didn't just show up on Earth. You arrived with intention, and that sacred contract is still active, still unfolding, still calling you toward the life you were born to fulfill. You may not realize it, Capricorn, but long before you arrived, your name was already being called in the unseen. Someone in your bloodline prayed for a future, a better life, a healed family, a restored path, yet they didn't live long enough to witness it. A great-grandmother, a distant ancestor, a soul history has forgotten, but the universe has not. Their hopes didn't disappear when they did. They waited for the right soul, a spirit strong enough to complete what others began. And when you were born, that waiting ended. Your birth brought relief to the lineage. Not because you were expected to be perfect, but because your spirit carried endurance, clarity, and direction. You were the one capable of finishing the unfinished. Capricorn, in every family there is someone who closes old doors and opens new ones. You are that person. You are the one who ends cycles of silence, who refuses to repeat harmful patterns, who chooses healing over tradition, who builds a future instead of reliving the past. That responsibility didn't fall on you by accident. It recognized you. It saw your strength. It trusted your spirit. Your birth marked a turning point, a shift from merely surviving to creating legacy. Your life became proof that the family story did not end in struggle. This is why generational weight found you so early, not because you deserved it, but because you could transform it. This is why emotional history clings to you, not to drown you, but to be rewritten through you. This is why you often feel responsible, even when no one asked you to be. Your soul remembers the assignment your mind forgot. You were born holding ancestral keys, not to carry the burden forever, not to repeat old narratives, but to unlock a new chapter. to bring dignity back where it was lost, to build stability where there was chaos, to choose peace where there was conflict, to create possibility where there was limitation. Capricorn, your birth was not just a beginning, it was a continuation of a prayer. You are not here to preserve the past. You are here to transform it. Have you ever wondered why people look at you as if you should already know what to do, even when you're still figuring things out yourself? People expect more from you not because you owe them anything, but because something about you feels capable, steady, prepared. That isn't pressure. That is recognition. Your energy speaks before you open your mouth. Your presence tells a story before your words even arrive. There is a quiet strength in you that others notice instantly. Even as a child, you carried a seriousness you couldn't explain. Teachers trusted you. Adults confided in you. Friends followed your decisions without you ever asking them to. You didn't understand it then, but life already knew who you were becoming. That is the secret behind your birth. Leadership was not something you needed to earn. It was already built into your spirit. Some people grow into influence. Capricorn is born with it. Not because you want power, attention, or praise, but because your soul naturally stands tall. You have a way of grounding everyone around you, even when you feel unsure on the inside. This is why life keeps placing you in roles you never applied for. The mediator, the problem solver, the decision maker, the guide. You don't chase authority, it finds you. And it rarely comes with loud moments. Your leadership expresses itself quietly, through example, through discipline, through showing up when others disappear, through courage that doesn't need an audience, through consistency that outlives chaos. People feel safer when you're around, even if they never say it out loud. They see reliability in your eyes, stability in your posture, wisdom in your silence. You may not always feel ready, but destiny does not wait for readiness. It recognizes alignment. Capricorn, the world sensed your purpose long before you did. It saw the leader inside you when you were still trying to understand yourself. And slowly, without announcement or permission, your soul continues rising into the role it was born to carry. Capricorn, you were never meant to rise quickly. Your story was designed to unfold slowly, like a mountain forming over time, layer by layer, season by season. Your life does not move in sudden explosions. It moves in steady climbing, one decision, one lesson, one breakthrough at a time. You often begin at the bottom, not because you are unworthy, but because you are meant to understand every level before you reach the top. And even in your lowest moments, something inside you refuses to stay there. Your blessings arrive later than others, not because you are forgotten, but because your character must match the size of your destiny. You are being prepared, strengthened, sharpened, so when the door finally opens, you are not overwhelmed by what waits behind it. Your opportunities do not rush towards you. They wait until your wisdom is ready to carry them. You are not meant to receive things you cannot sustain. Your journey is about building something that lasts. Even love follows this rhythm. Your heart does not fall carelessly. It requires honesty, depth, loyalty, and real connection. You were never meant for temporary affection. You were created for a partnership that grows with time. Your birth chart never promised speed, it promised destiny. And destiny does not operate on early achievements, it operates on divine timing. This is why you may feel delayed while others seem far ahead. But when you finally arrive, you arrive with stability, clarity, direction, and purpose. You bloom in a way that cannot be reversed. When Capricorns rise, they do not return to who they once were. Their growth is permanent. Their transformation is undeniable. So if life feels slow, if progress seems distant, if nothing appears to be moving, remember, the universe is not withholding from you. It is aligning everything for the right moment. You were not rushed into this world, so do not rush your becoming. Your timing is sacred, protected, and intentional. Your story is not late, it is unfolding exactly when it is meant to. Capricorn, you entered this world already guarded. Not because you lacked emotion, but because your soul understood how powerful your feelings would be. Your heart was designed like architecture. with strong walls, hidden rooms, private hallways that only the deserving ever get to see. Your spirit chose protection, not distance. You weren't born cold, you were born cautious, aware, intentional. You felt life deeply from the start, so you learned early how to shield your tenderness. People often misunderstand you because they judge the silence, not the storm of thoughts behind it. They see the calm expression, but not the compassion beneath it. You love differently, slowly, selectively, with purpose. You do not give your heart away just to feel wanted. You invest where growth is possible, where loyalty can breathe, where effort is matched. And when you commit, you stay. Even through struggle, even through doubt. You don't abandon what matters. Your emotional promises have weight. Your birth carried wisdom beyond your age, a natural understanding of boundaries, respect, patience, and emotional responsibility. You were wired to protect your peace and to wait for connections that honor it. This blueprint has guided every relationship, every friendship, every goodbye, and it continues to shape your becoming. Capricorn, you were born with a gift most people never notice at first, the ability to see possibility where others only see endings. You can look at a broken plan, a chaotic situation, a discouraged person, and instantly sense what could be rebuilt. You don't panic in disorder, you quietly start organizing it. Where others walk away, you stay long enough to understand the foundation. You can take nothing and turn it into something with value, direction, and purpose. This is why people return to you after leaving, not for comfort, but for clarity. They know you see solutions they missed. It's also why you are underestimated until you rise. Your progress is steady, silent, intentional, so others don't realize how powerful you are until the results appear. Your success feels earned, not gifted, because you build it piece by piece. You don't wait for luck. You create structure, strategy, momentum. Your soul was born with blueprint energy. You bring order to confusion, meaning to struggle, and direction to lost places. Even if no one says it out loud, they rely on your stability, your insight, your quiet strength. Your presence doesn't just change a room, it organizes it. Here's the truth most Capricorns never hear. You did not come into this world trying to find a purpose. You arrived already carrying one. You are not a searcher of meaning, you are a source of it. Your birth wasn't a reaction to life. It was life responding to a need, a gap, a missing piece, a request. You were sent here as a solution, a soul meant to lift, repair, redirect, and strengthen. You were born to elevate situations, to stabilize what is shaking, to bring order where confusion grows. Your existence itself is instruction. You build in places where others only dream. You finish stories that others abandoned halfway. You turn challenges into chapters of growth. You inspire without trying, guide without forcing, lead without demanding attention. Your power comes from endurance, from showing up, from refusing to collapse under pressure. Every obstacle you faced, every heartbreak, delay, disappointment, and detour was not punishment. It was preparation. Training for the position your spirit agreed to hold. Life did not try to break you. It strengthened you for a bigger assignment. It stretched your patience, deepened your empathy, sharpened your judgment, and refined your inner compass. You were never created to stand in the background, waiting for permission to exist. You are always the architecture, the structure that allows others to rise, the foundation that makes growth possible, the steady ground people trust. Capricorn, you are not accidental. You are intentional, selected, necessary. Your presence proves the universe still believes in progress, in rebuilding, in possibility. And the secret behind your birth is simple, yet life-changing. You are not here to look for the answer. You are the answer. Your story, your resilience, your strength, your insight, they are needed exactly where you stand. That is the secret. Capricorn, you were never designed to disappear into the crowd. Your spirit did not choose Earth just to fit into expectations, routines, or limits. You came to shift the atmosphere, to change direction, to leave life different than you found it. You are not too late. Your timing is intentional. You are not too quiet. Your actions speak louder than noise. You are not too guarded. Your heart is wise about where it belongs. You are not too serious. Your purpose requires focus. You are not too slow. Your journey demands preparation. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Your arrival on this planet was not casual. It carried direction, intention, alignment. You were sent with purpose already inside you, a purpose that unfolds at its own steady pace. So breathe, Capricorn. Release the doubt, the comparison, the pressure. Lift your head, straighten your shoulders, and remember who you are. You were born with keys. Keys to opportunities, breakthroughs, healing, and elevation. They have been in your hands since the beginning. Now is the moment to use them. To walk through the doors meant for you, to claim the life that matches your spirit. Before you go, anchor this truth into reality. Go to the comments and write, "My birth was intentional," not as decoration, but as a declaration of identity. And if this message touched something inside you, don't disappear quietly. Subscribe, stay connected, stay present, because your story is unfolding, and this community is walking beside you. Your life is not accidental, unfinished, or uncertain. It is guided, protected, and written with purpose. And the world has only seen the opening chapter of who you are becoming. There are victories, breakthroughs, love, leadership, and transformation still waiting for your arrival. Capricorn, stand in your birthright, because destiny has always known your name.